In Act 1, we see various interpretations of Prospero. He begins as a powerful man who uses magic to try and harm his enemies. For example, the quotation said by Miranda, "If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in, the roars away them." This quote shows that Miranda is aware of the powers that Prospero has and suggests that Prospero started the Tempest itself. He is also seen as a devoted father and aims to protect Miranda. He was usurped by Antonio, who became the Duke of Milan. This could suggest his lack of power and control. Prospero looks down on Ariel and Caliban and somewhat treats them like slaves.
In Act 3, we see Prospero as a newly developed man. When we see him as godlike, we can see him in the scene where Prospero is watching over Miranda and Ferdinand, and he is at a distance on scene.
In Prospero's speech in Act 4, we can see Shakespeare exposing his personal life and his fears through the character of Prospero. He talks about the ending of his career, parallel to talking about Prospero's ending of his magic. This could suggest Shakespeare's career was his prized possession, as magic was Prospero's. In this extract, we can also see aspects of meta-theatre being referenced to. The continual caesuras throughout allows the audience to stop and think about issues raised by Shakespeare.
As the character of Prospero is central to the play, he is also key to many of the different interpretations. Some interpretations portray him in a traditional positive light, whereas others question his supposed good nature. Christian interpretations see Prospero as a godlike figure who controls all of the actions on the island. He is shown to be compassionate and merciful, forgiving Antonio in Act 5, unnatural as thou art. Although a Christian interpretation may question his use of magic, it is generally seen that his white magic is less of a threat than Sycorax's black magic. Psychological views show that Prospero's moral compass and superego are represented by the characters of Ariel and Caliban. Ariel, in particular, protects Prospero from giving in to evil when he reminds Prospero that he would feel sympathy for the nobles were I human. However, other interpretations challenge the traditional view of the all-good Duke. Feminist interpretations of the play show Prospero as a possessive, controlling father. He frequently instructs or commands Miranda, saying, "Dost thou attend me?" and cruelly remarking, "My foot, my tutor." Miranda's perceived independence in being able to choose her marriage is an example of dramatic irony, as the audience are aware that the marriage was a product of Prospero's plans. However, perhaps the most critical interpretation of Prospero is the post-colonialist view, which places him in the role of the aggressive white colonizer. He takes the island from Caliban, who has a rightful claim to the island in both his eyes and the eyes of post-colonialist readers. Whilst Prospero resents his own usurpation, he thinks nothing of usurping Caliban on the island, as well as imposing a set of Western values on Caliban, such as his fury at Caliban's attempt to violate the honour of his child.